presented by Intuit QuickBooks. We're live in New York City. Kyle Bennett, Peter Schrager, Nate Burleson. My name's Kay Adams.
Looking up Captain Kirk.
What's going on?
You know, Lawrence Taylor was here the other day, and he was telling us that he's a huge Trekkie. And I asked him, Kirk or Spock?
Yeah.
This is Lawrence Taylor. He goes, that's not the question. The question is Kirk or Picard. And he was like almost offended by the question.
He went deep.
Yeah, it's like I asked him Jordan versus Pippen. He's like, no, you need to ask me Jordan versus LeBron. And I think he was a Picard guy. Lawrence Taylor.
I don't know what you're
He's a
talking
Trekkie.
about, but I assume there's a lot of battles in Star Trek.
No doubt.
Let's go to a battle
Vulcans.
for the AFC wildcard spot. Steelers hosting the Bills on Sunday for your lead block. It is Sunday Night Football. Devlin Hodges has stolen the spotlight on offense in recent weeks, with more on the other side of the ball in Pittsburgh. Hey, Aditi Kinkhabwala.
Kay, in the NFL, there are defenses that teams win with and defenses that teams win because of. Now, Mike Tomlin certainly has familiarity with the latter. His first teams here in Pittsburgh also fell into that category. But now Tomlin was a little bit hesitant to draw a link from those defenses to the one he has right now. He said that those defenses' reputations were built in December and January. But now the Steelers, they're midway through December. This Steelers defense, 48 sacks, leads the NFL, a turnover in every single game, and definitely the driver as the Steelers have won 7 of their last 8 games. They've also made life easier for undrafted rookie quarterback Duck Hodges. Also potentially making life easier for Hodges, the return of Juju Smith-Schuster and James Conner. We should see both on the practice field today, and Tomlin said both have a chance to play Sunday night.
Good run.
Thank you so much, Aditi. Taking a look at the playoff picture. They're there, slotted in the middle spot, fighting for the wild card. Both squads, both young quarterbacks, leading the two teams, Josh Allen and the Bills, Devlin Hodges, and those Steelers. Which team's young core, Shriggs, will shine brightest on Sunday Night Football?
I just love this game. Week 15, we flexed into Bills Steelers, and it's Duck Hodges versus Josh Allen. So which team, young team, is going to show the brightest? There's so many different weird intricacies in this game. Can I just quickly go through some of them?
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin and Sean McDermott were teammates at William and Mary. They were college teammates together, okay? Terrell, Tremaine, and Trey Edmonds will be the first time 3 brothers play in the same game since 1927.
I didn't even think of that.
But my favorite one is this. Devin Singletary versus someone named Kerith White.
I like Kerith, yeah.
They were the running backs group at Florida Atlantic, and they might be toting the rock a lot in this one. And I want to talk about Kerith White for a little bit. If you don't know who he is, 7th-round pick out of FAU, was signed off the Bears practice squad, and this guy was a spark plug last week. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch the Steelers if you're not a Pittsburgh fan. Every week there's someone new, whether it was the Duck Man or whether it was Deontay Johnson. Last week it was this guy, Kerith White, came out of nowhere, had 50 yards on 6 touches, also had 2 kickoff returns. All of a sudden, they're finding all these guys. And if you're not familiar with them, get to know them. Because it's the Duck Man, it's Benny Snell, it's Kerith White, it's Deontay Johnson. This defense is going to take care of business. It's this offense that I'm so excited to see. There's no tape on any of these guys. Those are their career games. I know what I'm getting from that Bills offense. I have no idea what to prepare for this Pittsburgh offense, and that might be the best thing they've got going for them.
Got a better young core for Sunday Night
Maybe
Football.
so.
What do you
There's a
think?
lot of chatter in the Chicago media this week that they should have kept Kerith White, that he's good. Peter, that William and Mary team they were on together, do you know who was on the coaching staff?
No.
Dan Quinn.
Wow.
Dan Quinn was on the coaching staff with the same team, same picture. Maybe we'll get a picture tomorrow. I'm going to look at Josh Allen in this game because we're witnessing the maturation of Josh Allen right in front of us. And with that comes, what I like most about him is he's completely fearless. Like the 4th and 1 against Dallas, he'll throw his body around. He's not afraid, but he's also kind of reckless. Like I kind of look at him like one of the guys from Jackass, like Wee Man or Bam Margera, and like, he'll do anything. It's not always terribly smart. Like, I know that he'll roll around in the mousetraps. I don't know if he can pick up 3rd and 11. Let me tell you what I mean. Josh Allen's faced 2 fantastic defenses this year in New England and Baltimore. In those 2 games, combined, his passer rating is 43. He has 3 interceptions and 3 fumbles. It's not been pretty. So there becomes this dialogue about he's really talented and we love his attitude and he'll do anything to get a first down. But sometimes we need him to make the simple play and throw it the hell away. I mean, I watched what's his name, Steve-O, like snort wasabi. All right, it was absolutely insane. I feel like the Josh Allen would do the football equivalent of that, but sometimes we just need him to just chuck the thing away because these big defenses have jumped him. And we were talking earlier this week about the Pittsburgh defense, and Nate said something like, don't throw it towards Joe Hayden at the end of the game because they'll close you. Are you supposed to throw it to Minka? No, like you don't throw it to anybody, and Josh Allen will throw it to everybody if he gets encouraged. So don't be the jackass. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Stay in your shoes. I love him, but you got to calm down.
I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know right now the hot topic is Duck and the Duck Dynasty and how this all began. But when you think about what has happened over the last year and a half, I mean, if the NFL was a galaxy, they had three of the brightest stars: Ben Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown. And what happened with them, you know, Le'Veon Bell being unhappy, being released, Antonio Brown being traded, and Big Ben being hurt. I guess it's kind of like the Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
This is how we got here, Kay. This is how we got to the Duck Dynasty universe. And I'm going to go with him because he's surrounded by more young talent and he's anchored by older veterans that can hold him down. On the defense side of the ball, you mentioned Joe Hayden. And how about Cam Hayward? On the offense side of the ball, Pouncey. So even though the Duck star is just flickering, it's just a start, it's just a glimmer, he's surrounded by playmakers and older guys that can anchor him when things get a little crazy. To your point, Kyle, when things get a little out of hand for the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen tries to do too much. I don't see Duck making those mistakes. And keeping your team in it when you have a defense as good as the Pittsburgh Steelers is, that's all you need at this point in the season.
Both young teams were here for this one Sunday. I think they flexed this game. You're right.
They flexed into this. I don't think anyone thought the Bills would be playing Week 15 and 16 on national television.
Friends of the show, the Edmonds trio.
Pretty cool, right?
We have to get our mom back on the show.
Yeah.
She can join us on FaceTime. She was amazing.
How about those genetics?
Love these storylines. NFL